Today on BladeHQ.com we have the long-awaited Spyderco Southard. Very nice knife. It is the very first flipper by Spyderco, designed by Brad Southard, who's a custom maker, does some really great work. Beautiful, beautiful blade, and we are stoked to tell you about it. We're going to be telling you about the specs on this blade. We're going to compare it to the ZT571, which they both have some very similar features, obviously different knives, but you get the idea. Also the Kershaw Junkyard Dog, which is also a flipper, and I wanted to just stack it up next to the Spyderco Techno, which is also a titanium frame lock, like the Southard. So let's hit some specs on this, and then we'll get into some comparisons. Like I said, Spyderco's first flipper, check it out right there. Now this could use a little jimping. I'm going to complain there. I've got a couple complaints on this knife, but overall it's very, very cool. Could use some jimping on the flipper, but it is very smooth. It's got a ball bearing pivot system in there, and it's very nice, very smooth, very snappy. I like that. The overall length on this knife is 7.9 inches, just under 8 inches. The blade length is 3.5 inches, made from CTS 204P steel. Now I tried to do my homework on this steel. It is a carpenter steel that is highly wear and corrosive resistant, and that wear resistance comes from hard vanadium-rich carbides, and the corrosion resistance comes from a chromium-rich matrix. Now that's getting a little technical for me. I'm still learning a lot about steels. So somebody else compared it to, basically this is Carpenter's version of M390. So teach me about steels in the comments if you feel so inclined. It is a hollow ground blade, and it's the hollow there is, I can actually feel it. Some knives I can't feel it, and you have to be very particular with it. This one is definitely hollow ground. It is a fairly thick blade. The blade thickness here, get out the calipers. You ready for this? Blade thickness, 0.156. 57, right in there. And while we're talking about thicknesses, let's just hit up the handle thickness. We've got our calipers out. Handle thickness, 0.53. Very nice. It's got brown G10. It's a brown G10 scale on it. Solid titanium on the one side, and then a titanium liner lock on the other. It is a Reeve Integral Lock. The pocket clip is stainless steel. I wanted to show you. We have these awesome little ninja magnets on Blade HQ, so you can tell that is sticking. These are a sweet Cyber Monday sale items, so if you're shopping around, check them out, put them on your fridge. Kind of cool. Stainless steel pocket clip. I'll show that in my pocket. Check it out. This pocket clip is tip-up right-handed carry. Although while it was in my pocket, it felt a little weird, and so I threw it over in the left side pocket. It actually felt pretty good on the left side. Kind of that curve right in there flows right along the pocket. It felt a little strange, I think, because of that kind of diagonal in the pocket clip there, which is going to push it up against the pocket. Now we're getting real particular on pocket clips, but what I noticed was that while it was in my pocket, it's going to push it up against your pocket, but it felt just a little weird, not super ergo in my pocket. That's getting real particular, but you get the idea. Anyway, I like those little milled out grooves there. Very pretty. Now I wanted to point this out to you as well. Earth brown scale on the one side. On the other side, there's this, what are they calling this? Basically, it's an overtravel stop. So when you open the blade, that lock is going to lock into place like that. And then when you are going to close the blade, that piece of G10 right there is going to prohibit you from overextending that titanium frame lock. So, kind of like a Chris Reeve feature there. I wanted to mention the jimping on the spine. There's a little jimping there. It's not super aggressive. It's almost like speed bumps is what I would describe it as. Not very aggressive at all. You can see my thumb just kind of rubbing on there. But it works. Very nice, pretty knife. I'm impressed with it. Now, I'm not so impressed with the price point, $279. It's expensive. The thing is, we're going to sell out of them, and if you're watching this video, we probably already have. Made in Taiwan. So MSRP on it is $399. Our price on BladeHQ.com currently is $279. So still pretty expensive for a foreign knife, but it is very wildly popular, very nice. So it's got the Spyderco hole there too. The detent on it is pretty good. I'm sure that will wear in a little bit over time, so I kind of struggle there. One-handed, easy, one-handed opening and closing. Barrel spacers there on the back. What else did I want to hit on this knife? The weight on it is 4.1 ounces. So that titanium is going to make it fairly heavy. Closed length, 4.5 inches. Let me show you it in comparison to a tactical clothespin. So you get a size comparison there. Clothespin with the Southard. As well, let me hit the chisel angle here. I didn't look at this beforehand, so I'm not sure exactly where to start, but I'm going to guess 17.5, little, not quite. 15 is about where it's at. Obviously, this is a guesstimate with our little grind angle tool here. So about 15 degrees on the grind. Hollow ground blade, I mentioned that already. Very nice blade. I like it. I'm impressed. Show you the innards there. Give you the whole look and view. All right, we're coming up on 7 minutes on this video, so I'm going to hustle it up, try to get through this. Let me show you the knife with a glove on. Put my little glove on here. Open it with the flipper. There it is in the hand with the glove. Feels pretty nice. I was curious. Yeah, that jimping still, even with the glove, this is a fairly grippy glove, still fairly, just not very aggressive jimping. It's just what it is. So, opening it, closing it with the glove on. Let me show you in the hand without the glove to give you an idea. Feels pretty nice. That pocket clip is definitely going to be a hot spot. Oh, by the way, I would recommend this one mostly as an EDC. But if this were my knife, I would definitely take it camping. So I'm going to give it those 2 buttons there, EDC and camping. Now let's get into a little bit of comparison really quickly. Man, one of these days I'm going to do a 7-minute video, but for now, I just keep landing around 10 minutes. But let's check out the ZT 561 in comparison to the Southard. I mean, they're easy to kind of look at and say, I can see similarities there. Obviously, the brown G10, the length on them, the hinderer is, the overall length on it, 8.8, where the Southard is 7.9. So you lose about an inch there. Much beefier knife from ZT, a lot more jimping. This one runs as $260 range. This one is $279 for the Southard. So definitely priced similarly, similar designs, both titanium frame lock. But you can tell this 561 is much beefier, a lot. I mean, look at the blade profile there. Get a good look at that. A lot heavier as well, 5.8 ounces versus 4.1 here. So, but almost in the same price range there. $260 versus $279. Now let's go on the budget end of it. Take a look at the Kershaw Junkyard Dog. Obviously, again, bigger blade profile, wider in there. This one is an $80 knife from Kershaw. Just kind of give you a look there. I can't say I love that pocket clip, that's for sure. The steel on this one, CPM D2. And on the zero tolerance, it was, I don't even see it. Don't see the blade steel there, so we're just going to keep moving. Oh, LMAX on ZT. But just kind of show you a couple different knives that it kind of stacks up to. If this is not the one for you, if your budget is less, check out the Kershaw Junkyard Dog. They're both flippers, both about the same size. The Junkyard Dog, 8.6 inches. 7.9 on the Southard, both flippers, that sort of thing. 3 3/4 on the Junkyard Dog for the blade length, 3.5 on the Southard. And last but not least, we're already into the 10-minute range on the video. I apologize again, but thanks for watching the whole thing if you're still watching here. Check it out. This is the Techno, Spyderco Techno, also a titanium frame lock, up against the Southard. I'm just kind of looking at the comparison. You can kind of see the bevel edge on the Techno versus the Southard. Southard is a little bit more smooth of a bevel. That's a little bit more of a diagonal bevel on the Techno. You just kind of get an idea of different titanium locks from Spyderco knives. Very nice. We here at Blade HQ love Spydercos, and so we get pretty excited about them when they come out. And this one, very cool, long awaited, Brad Southard designed Spyderco Southard. So, thank you for watching. Like I said, this knife is $279 on BladeHQ.com. We will probably get some more in stock here in the coming months. It's going to be wildly popular here for a while, but wait around. It'll come into stock for sure. Oh, wanted to mention the lanyard hole. It is a fairly generous lanyard hole on this knife. And last but not least, for those of you who have watched the entire video, this will be our little secret. I'm sure you sat here and wondered what I've done to my finger. This is going to be a little YouTube joke. I've actually done nothing to my finger. But I wanted to just have a little fun with those who don't watch the whole video, because I'm certain of this. I'm not certain, but I'm mostly certain. Let's call it mostly certain. That somebody is going to comment and say, what did you do to your finger? And those of us who have watched the entire video will know I did nothing to my finger. So just watch the comments and we'll entertain ourselves as they comment on what I did to my finger. There's nothing there. I just wanted to have some fun. You know, I do a lot of these. Sometimes they get long. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Sorry to go on for so long, but hey, those that watched the end, we have our own little joke between you and me. So, catch you later, guys. Bye. I forgot one little thing on this blade. We went through all of those fun little things there at the end, and I forgot to tell you to buy this knife at BladeHQ.com.